on up to the front of your mat. Let's come up to the front of your mat and let's just figure it out. Bring your palms together and let your eyes close. Exhale everything you have. Now open your mouth very wide and move that sound through. Inhale and exhale. Great, great breathing. Breathe into the top of the lungs. Move it through, touch right down to the bottom of your lungs. Like that's your direction. The exhale with an inner direction leading it will have that really move to the bottom. Just let yourself start exhaling longer and slower. Longer and slower. So that you inhale nice and easy. Take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers if you can. Start to bring your attention to your shoulder blades. With your eyes closed, I want your attention to go to your shoulder blades. You want to really envision what they look like. And then I want you to feel your own shoulder blades pressed together in the center of your spine. And then I want you to take your arms down lower. Nice, Mary. And press your shoulders toward the parking lot. Nice, Kendra. So that you feel your spine move back home. Exhale where you are. Keep drawing the shoulder blades into the mid-back. Press your arms in toward each other a little more. Nice, Kendra. Feel your inner thighs start to squeeze toward each other as well. Feel how you get really firmed up in your legs from that? And now press your arms away from you toward the parking lot a little bit. Stretch your chest up. Let your head go back. Big exhalation, big bend of the knees, forward fold. Come on back up on the in-breath. Keep your hands interlaced. Bend your knees a little bit. Pull your lower belly up and in. Use your exhalation. I want to hear the exhalation. It's almost like the movement becomes secondary. Lead with the exhalation. Your exhalation takes you to a forward fold. Nice. Nice. If you are not able to access the breath, the movements, you can feel like you're on the outside of them looking in. Big breath in. Push your feet strongly through the floor. Come all the way up. Pull your chest up toward the ceiling. And press your hips and thighs forward. Very, very tiny back bend on the long breath out. Nice. Take your hands behind your back again. Interlace your fingers. Again, get really conscious. Squeeze my arms down. Squeeze my shoulder blades together. Press my arms toward the parking lot. Shoulders, press them a little toward the parking lot. Big exhalation, knees bend, fold forward. Bring your hands to the floor and move back to downward facing dog. In your downward dog, right away, start moving the breath through again. Being house on it. In breath, pick your heels up nice and high. Out with the breath, send them down. In breath, take them up. Exhalation leads, heels softening. Bend your right knee while your left heel presses down. Let your hips gently move side to side, and you just kind of bend one knee and then the other. Moving side to side. Feel your hips move, a little bit one side, little bit the other. See, just beginning, so there's no like crazy movements. You don't need bells and whistles right now. The bells and whistles is in the breathing. Again, the extraordinary is in the ordinary. And it's so powerful because what makes the ordinary extraordinary is authenticity. So authentically breathe, authentically plumb breath into your body, and let the movements become secondary, but as the breathing gets more fluid, the practice, the physical practice that might feel like molasses at first, starts to really get more fluid. Take your legs together. With your legs together, left heel pressing down, left thigh getting squeezed. Engage it. Use your inhalation to send your right leg up really, really high. Higher. Bend your upper knee and roll that left side open. Upper foot pressing. And then go ahead and work your upper ankle a little bit. Take some circles. Like wake up your joints in a nice, easy way. So slow your ankle rolling down. And then roll the hip down. Foot comes to the ground. Other leg. But the inhale is leading it up there. And the out breath, the upper knee bends and you roll open. Your palms, your finger bones, root them into the earth. The bones of your back foot, root them into the earth. Let muscle hug bone. Roll open. Breathe out freely. Roll that hip down. Walk your hands toward your feet. Hands towards your feet. Yes, you guys are awake on a Saturday. Walk your hands back up to downward dog. Take your right leg to the ceiling. Exhale, roll open. Bend the knee, roll open. Take that hip down, and the foot comes down. Other side. Your inhale lifts that leg, shoots it high. Your exhale bends the knee, rolls it open. You're not trying to make anything happen. Be in your body and just work with your body. Listen to that. Good. Roll that hip down and take the foot to the ground. Walk up, feet to your hands. Do you need to open up stretch out your wrists some?
I just got a shooting pain down my hand.
Oh, are you pressing into the pinky fingers a lot?
I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't noticing it. I was noticing my legs and trying to push my hips back.
Okay, so come into downward dog again, and Kendra, come into downward dog when you're ready.
Sorry about that.
And look at your hands. Bring your thumbs in just a little bit closer towards your index fingers, so there's some thumbs are kind of softened. But take that inner part of the hand where the index finger and thumb, in that groove there, roll that into the floor a little more. Lift all the pinky fingers on both hands off the floor. Root down through your first and second finger bones. As you exhale, send your hips back. You want to feel like you're lifting up out of your wrists. You want to move your shoulders down towards your hips. And exhale. You okay, Kendra?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you don't want the lots of pressure on the outer hand. You want it more on the inner. And then walk your feet to your hands. Halfway up, breath in. Move your shoulders down the back. Bend your knees a lot. Bend your knees even more, Mary. And then, nice. And now pull your chest up away from the floor. Pull in the belly. Nice. And then let your chin tuck in just a little so your neck has length. And feel the crown of your head press toward the front wall. And the tailbone and buttocks press them to the back window. Nice. Now let your front ribs soften in towards your belly button. And if you're holding your breath, free it up by exhaling. And then take a long breath in. Feel your spine get long, shoulders moving back. Exhale, forward fold. Come all the way up to stand. Big exhalation, forward fold. Halfway, inhale. Shoulders back. Front ribs soften into the belly. Forward fold again. Rise all the way up. Press your hips and thighs forward, stretch up and a little bit back. Fingertips expanding, palms expanding, open wider. Full exhalation, fold you. And because you fully cleared out the breath, then you can expand. You can take an expanded inhale. Lift halfway up with an expanded inhale. Use an expanded exhalation to move back to plank position. Here you're going to build heat. Press your feet toward the back window. Feel your thighs lift up off the floor, like away from it. Spin your tailbone toward your heels and hug in the belly. Keep pressing the heels back and the thighs lifting and the tailbone. Nice. You're going to look straight ahead and you're going to take breath in and you're going to push your arms like you're trying to really drive through the floor. Lower down as you breathe out. Use your inhale to come all the way up into a half cobra or upward dog. Walk your hands back towards your hips more in up dog still. And as you walk your hands towards your hips, see if you need to make a little more room between your arms. If you open up your hands a little wider apart, yeah, and it's like you're sending your chest through your arms, shoulders to the parking lot. Exhale, downward dog. Good work. Breathe in. Clear that all. In breath. Slow and long breath out. In. Slow and longer exhales. Bring your feet together. Lift your heels and look forward. And then just tiptoe up to the front edge of your mat. Flat back. Breathe in. Front ribs soften into the belly button. Forward fold. Your exhalation leads it. All the way up to stand, but the inhale got you there. Like your body said, how did I get here? Out breath. How'd you get into the fold? The way of breath. Halfway lift. Expanded exhalation gets you to a plank position. So you get all the air out of your lungs. Then shoulders over your wrists. Lift your gaze to look straight ahead. And soft eyes, but big breathing. Big inhale. Rock forward as you exhale. Lower. As you inhale, up facing. Press your shoulders to the parking lot so your spine moves home. Downward facing dog. Head drops. Eyes rest between the feet. Knees stay bent. In fact, bend your knees quite a bit. And then tilt your tailbone toward the ceiling. There you go. And then your heels soften with every out breath. You didn't force it. You worked with the inside out. You get the breath, connection to the breath out. The heels listen to that sound and they relax and they release. And when we release, we relax. And when we're more relaxed, we just feel there's space to breathe. Exhale it all. Walk up, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold forward, out breath. Rise on up. Ground through the feet, squeeze the thighs. Feel yourself get longer and longer and taller. Able to leap tall buildings from a single bound and then fold forward. Easy breath in with a smile on your face. Halfway lift. Like your smile across your face, you're in halfway, so I can't really see your smile. So you get to have your own secret. Yeah, you want to bring a smile to the practice because it lightens the practice. It lightens our approach, our attitude. And every exhalation folds you all forward. So fold right in. Wrap your arms around the backs of your legs or thighs. Keep your knees super bent. Lift your chest up, but feel your inhale pulling your spine out here. Like your spine's going to go brew beer. And then fold forward. All the way up. Nice and easy. Pour yourself. Just like you're pouring from the tap right over on the wall. Halfway lift. Inhale. Out breath to plank position. Belly in. Don't just rely on your arms and legs. Hug your core. Nice, Kendra. Rock forward, you guys. Breathe everything out. Bend the elbow straight back. Upward dog. Lift the chest. Ground down through the hands and arms. Downward facing. Hips go high. Head drops low. Take a breath in. In. Out. In. Out. Bend your knees, walk it out just a little bit. Just feel your knees bending, your heels pressing down one at a time. And then come back to center. Look between your hands. Bring your feet together. Pick your heels up. Either tiptoe up to the front edge of your mat or hop. Your call. Halfway lift. Inhale. Folding forward, empty everything. All the way up. Big exhale. Fold. Bend the knees. Bend them. Halfway lift. Belly in. Shoulders back. Good. Step to plank position. Look forward. Gotta keep your chest up. Big breath in. Now move that exhale through as you move the chest forward. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Feet ground down. Palms root down. Shoulders press them back. Downward facing. In breath. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Take the breath long. Take it long to the bottom of the lungs. Go long with it. Let it travel through the body. That's how you start getting an internal connection. You start living your life from how you're guided inside rather than just on the outskirts. And then walk up, feet to your hands. Flat back, breathe in. Forward, fold, breathe out. All the way up, breathe in to get up there. Sit your butt down with the out breath. Pull your toes up off the floor. Try to span the toes. Press your heels down. Shift your shins back. Now everyone straighten your legs more. Tilt your tailbone toward the heels. Nice. Feel the belly pull in. And let your upper body get pulled up by the in-breath. The inhales create length through the lateral body. And your exhale sink you in a little bit deeper into your butt, into your thighs. If you sink your hips and legs down a little more, you start to really create a fire. You build heat this way. There's a lot of heat in the thighs. Rest your eyes on one place. Relax your jaw. Relax your jaw. If you can relax consciously, mindfully, one body part, then you're going to start really, your body's going to really get on board with saying, I want to relax too. I'm tired of being so uptight. I'm tired of being so tethered to anxiety or whatever. Sink down a little bit more. Exhale, forward fold. Nice work. Feel your hamstrings gently lengthen a little more toward the ceiling. Lift halfway out, breathe in. Breath out, step back, high plank. Low plank, empty everything and then lower. Easy breath in, upward. Take the breath with you to take you into downward dog. Right foot stepping forward, back foot pressing down. An inhale brings you all up to stand. Your eyes immediately drop onto one thing. The eyes aren't going to wander. Stay with breath. Cultivate a breath that keeps bringing your attention and your focus inward. And then the body will just respond to the instruction kind of organically. You find this practice from your head, not from your head. You find the practice really from your heart, not from your head. Bend your right knee. Press it open toward the pinky toe. Bring attention now to the center of your back heel. Press straight down and feel your back thigh just suddenly pull right up. Press that front knee open, bend in a little bit deeper. Root through the center of the front heel and the big toe mound of your front foot. Press it down. Feel that quad engage. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. You're not just saying that so that you just say whatever, just agree with the teacher so she'll leave us alone. Your body is your teacher. And your body will do all kinds of things to get your attention. And it's not because it's against you. It's saying, I have information for you. And so as you cultivate the exhales, you drop right down into your body. And as opposed to just head. The conversation in your head. So right now, be with your body. Be with your breath. You have an opportunity as a warrior to plumb not just breath into your body, but to plumb grace. To plumb your own inner grace. Your eyes on one place. Because warriors have a precision, like warriors have direction. Stay breathing, fluid out breath. In breath, right hip, right lung gently pulls back. Arms go up a little higher, but shoulders now come down. Because a warrior doesn't need to overextend himself or herself. Breathe. Breathe out. Bring your hands to your heart. Press your shoulders to the parking lot so your lungs are open, your heart's open. Because you really want to find that the true mark of the warrior is the heart. Bring your hands to the floor. The grace is in the heart, not the head. Low plank position. All the breath. Clear it all through. Rock forward, Mary, so the chest comes through the arms. Nice and easy. Breathe in. Nice and easy. Breathe it out. Inhale. Open the mouth. Move that sound. Free yourself up. Left foot's going to step forward. Back foot's going to press down. Take your time coming up, but the inhale has to lead you up there. Nice and slow. Slow the breathing down, and you'll really feel like, wow, I'm pulling the breath into my body, not in a surface way. Something that's not in a rush, not in a hurry. And if you're used to being on the move, it can feel a little bit agitating sometimes to be hanging out in a pose like this. So there's only no other option. You just got to breathe. In and out. Eyes soften. Plug both heels into the floor. Outer edge of the back foot. Press it toward the parking lot. Reach up a little higher. Breathe. 3. Breathe. 2. Breathe. 1. Pull the hands straight to the heart. A little lower. Release your hands to the floor. So your plank position has your shoulders move down from your ears. Nice. Rock forward. Empty everything. Up facing. In with the breath. Downward facing. Push it back. Inhale. Bend the knees. And tilt the tailbone toward the ceiling. Breathe out. Slow breath in. As you exhale, press your chest towards your front thighs, please. In one more time. Long exhalation for real. Go along with it. Now pull the belly in and up. Look forward. Float. However you define float this morning, to the front edge of your mat. Lift halfway in. Fold forward, empty. Bend your knees, sink your hips, arms reach. Fold forward, empty, free and clear. Halfway in. Out breath, back to plank. Belly hugs in, arms press down, chest lifts, rock forward, empty out. Easy breath, fill up. Out breath, down dog. Right foot steps without a care in the world. Back foot pressing without a care in the world. Rise up and a little bit back. Carefree, empty out. Get back to the floor. High plank. Inhale. Rock forward, low. Inhale, up. Empty, down dog. Left foot, bend the knee, giant step, however many steps. Warrior one, rise up. Find your footing. Bend back a little bit. Feel your shoulders press toward the floor underneath you. Release. Shoulders over the wrists, belly in, high push up. Rock forward, low. Up facing. And downward dog. Easy inhale. Easy does it, out breath. Easy does it. Walk forward, feet to hands. Halfway lift. Take your hands and interlace them behind your back. Out breath, fold you forward. Shoulder blades hug in. Bend your knees, sink your hips low, arms go up, breathe in. Chair pose. Fold like you're pouring right over your thighs. Halfway up. Back to plank. Long exhalation moves the body weight forward, low plank. Upward dog. Shoulder blades hug mid-back a little bit. Just a gentle squeeze in. Downward facing. Take your right foot to your right thumb. Keep your back heel lifted, or you could take the back knee down on the floor and fold your mat over so you have some cushion. Otherwise, you're going to inhale your way up in the crescent lunge. So you have an option, but only you can decide what's working for you. And by tuning into your body says, I'll give you the information. Like, it's a lot simpler than our head will make it be. Our head will second guess, all that. But man, you get breath coming into your body, it gets you in your body. And from that place, there's power. Breathe. Pull the hands to the heart, breathe out. Bend your back knee a little bit. And then inhale, feel your spine get longer. That's it. And exhale, take a twist. The left arm, twist. And then bring it over to the right thigh. And you're going to feel your right hip peel back. You're going to feel your spine get long. And then where'd the breath go? Wouldn't be good business for Mike's Brewery if you came in and there was a bunch of yogis passed out on the floor. Not from drinking too much and having a gay old time either. Go ahead, warrior two. Turn the back foot flat. Line your front heel up. Bend your front knee forward. Back arm needs to squeeze. Wake it up. Yup. And then feel your arms turn up toward the ceiling. So rotate them. Now rotate your shoulders down, Get conscious, your shoulders want down. The arms say, pull me apart. The wrists, pull yourself apart at the wrists a little bit. And then see if your arms come a little lower. And notice how that eases breath. Now get your shoulders right back up to your ears, like you'd wear them at a desk job. And then move them down. Ah, look at that. Breathe in. Open up both palms, spread both fingers wide on both hands. Front knee bends a little bit more. Find the center of your back heel, plug it down. And then back fingertips rest on the back thigh. Reach all the way up and reverse your warrior. Listen to the exhale, move you into a back bend. Little bit of a back bend. And then inhale. And then exhale, upper arm come into your front thigh. So bend that knee. Press straight down through the forearm. Bring your forearm right up on your front thigh, Kendra. Bend that knee forward. Right over the ankle, press it open. Now lift out of this shoulder. Yes, awesome. Lift out of that shoulder. Take attention to the upper lung, upper shoulder. Roll it back. Yeah, and breathe. Turn your gaze to the ceiling and notice how the bottom lung starts to roll upward too. And you guys can wrap your upper arm around your back. Feel your shoulder blades press gently into the mid-spine. And feel how that opens your chest. Now as you're peeling open, send the breath through. Nice. Lift out of the bottom shoulder again. As soon as you get out of it, you're going to go right back into your old posture habit. So it takes awareness. Good. And then back to the floor. You're going to love high push-up now. Love it. It's your ticket to freedom. Low push-up, and then upward dog, and downward facing. Left foot's going to step. Your back knee's going to soften into the floor, or you're going to keep the back leg straight. And if your back leg stays straight, engage your back thigh. Press that left knee open. And get ready to push down into both feet to rise up on an inhale. Good. Soften your gaze and chill out. Soften your gaze and let the breath get softer and quieter and yet deeper. That's the funny thing, as you move the breath into the body, with every move we've done up to now, your breathing starts to really kind of house itself again. It's invited back in. Your spine's invited back in. Move your shoulders back. Stretch your arms up. Breathe in. Pull the hands to the heart. Maybe a little lower, because that's automatically going to drop your shoulders. And then twist it out. And maybe you took a straight leg, but then maybe you took a twist and you felt a little wobbly, and so you can bring the back knee down, or you can just say, wait, let me just get back to the basics. And if you do all that with breath, you'll find, like, there's no problem. Big breath in, roll open. Nice, easy breath in. Exhale, move right into warrior two. Your eyes land on your left middle finger. Find your footing. Find your footing before anything. Bring your attention back to your breathing. And then feel the back hip roll open toward the parking lot, the back lung expanding, the shoulders dropping. Ooh, and the arms pull away. And the front ribs soften down into the body a little more. Nice, Kendra. Nice. Nice, Mary. Press that left knee open a little more. Turn your toes out. Pull your chest up. Up, 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 up. Yeah. That's a different view. Yeah. And breathe. Front ribs soften into the belly button. Nice. Inhale and expand the breath into the side ribs. Out breath, release the back hand to the back thigh. Reach and reverse your warrior. Front knee bending. Front heel plugging down. Nice, Mary. Extended side angle on the out breath. Upper arm's gonna reach toward the brewery room. Upper arm's gonna be exhaled behind your back. In extended side still. You're still.
Where did I go?
Yep. Bring this.
How come I was the only one that went down? I was like, wait a minute, am I supposed to?
So bottom shoulder lifting. By you pressing the forearm down, the bottom shoulder lifts. Yeah. Now, upper arm, everybody. We'll do it again. Kendra was in a different yoga class, but now she's back. So we're going to do it again. Upper arm stretches toward the front of the room. Exhale, upper arm going back, behind your back. Bring awareness to that front shoulder and just feel it roll open. Bring awareness to your bottom lung and feel it just roll open toward the ceiling only as you exhale. Breathe in where you are. Pull your left hip in toward the middle of your mat. Front knee over the ankle. And release. Excellent. High plank. Low plank. Upward. Downward. In breath. All out. Walk feet to your hands. Flat back, breathe in. Fold forward, breathe out. Bend your knees, drop the hips. Take the arms all the way up on a breath in. Nice, easy exhale, fold forward. Lift up halfway. Shoulders, move them from the ears. Step back to plank position. Rock forward, low plank. Inhaling the breath into your up dog. So up dog feels more alive from that breathing thing. Out breath, down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. In and out. One more, in and out. And one more. Why not? You never take that kind of time for yourself. I bet you haven't all week. Take an extra breath for yourself. Wow. You think that's selfish, but man, you're so much more to offer from that quality that you gave to you. Walk, feet to your hands. Bend your knees, drop your hips, go up, 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 and up, up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Shift the weight back into your heels, Jim. And then turn, right elbow. And let your hips sink. But then don't let your chest sink. Nice. And then take both arms apart as you breathe out. So your exhale broke your arms open. Why? So you could break free. Inhale. Out breath. Release. Split your feet hip width apart. Hook your big toes with your fingers. Bend your knees. Pull your spine long on an inhale. Forward fold, breath out. Keep your knees super bent. Press your feet into the floor. You can rock forward just a little bit so your hips start to come forward, but the belly pulls in. And then from there, your hamstrings gently go toward the ceiling a little bit. It's a beautiful thing when you give yourself permission to, and give your body permission to open up in its own way, in its own time. The practice just really cleans house on whatever is not needed through all those breaths. so that you get to this place and you can be here. And this is a pose of power in a restorative way, because it's about restoring the nervous system, to bring your attention into yourself, to settle everything down, to let your head drop more and more and more and more. Anytime you need a break, Jim, take it. And as you drop your head more and more, you'll know, wow, I'm going to be out of my head the whole day. And it's almost like life can be magical. And I think we need to bring the element of magic back into our body, into our life. Release your feet. Bring your legs back together. Bend your knees, sink your hips, arms are reach. Bend back a little bit. And take that twist. Hips drop. If you wanted, you could take just your forearms across the front thighs. Like this, palm up, and then roll open. You could bend that upper elbow and move that upper arm, the back of your upper arm back. Nice, Kendra. Long breath in. Out breath, sink your hips a little bit more toward the ground. Nice, Mary. Inhale, the chest is lifting. Out breath, fold forward. Release the pose and bring your feet hip width apart. Lift up your toes. Slide the palms underneath your feet. Really give your feet a wide space, because that's your first ingredient towards, awesome stability. I'm always going to put the focus on, do you feel stable in your feet and are you breathing? Because if you don't have those two things, things can go belly up really quick. Rock your hips forward just a little bit more. Nice, Mary. Pull in the belly. Nice, nice movement. Breathe out to soften inward. So the power of the exhale, softening you to go in a little deeper, in a way that just kind of happened. Like if you're just not in the way and you're in a space that allows things to happen, magic will happen. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your hands to your hips. Very important. Get all your air out first. Find your footing. Belly in, roll easy up to stand. Thighs squeezing. There's a foundation of the lower body. There's power there. Hips send them forward. Elbows hug them toward each other behind you. And release. Come on back up. Bring your feet together in the center of your mat, right at the front edge. Get back into your legs, firm your thighs. And then go ahead with both hands on the hips, bend your right knee. Right foot is flexed. Hug your right, it's as if you're hugging your knee shin into your lower right abdomen. But then the bottom leg says, hey, you really got to pull me in on this whole thing. And your eyes stay eye level. The tiniest movement, but to keep the eyes eye level, keeps your chest organically elevated, spine organically lifted, but you want to find your roots. So root your bottom foot down, bottom leg firm. From there, the spine says, I think I'll lift out of the hips a little more. Nice. Take a breath in. Slowly but steady, open that leg out to the right. You can look over the left shoulder, you can look straight ahead. Be in the practice that's going to work for your body this morning. Don't worry about next time and forget what you did last time. That's done. Breathe in and breathe out. And it's awesome. The more expansive the breath, the more vital the breathing, the more you'll hum along in the now. Bring your knee back to center. Shoot your arms straight up alongside both ears. Palms face one another. Squeeze your bottom leg. And if you feel like it, straighten the front leg out. And feel the front leg move straight back. Now, bring your hands to your heart, everybody. It's as if your forearms are pushing into a shelf. So get the action of push your arms down to get your chest way up. And then if you like, take your arms behind you, palms face the floor. Feel the shoulder blades press in toward each other. In breath. Hands back to the heart, back up to standing. Good work. Left side. Eyes eye level right away. Keeping the eyes eye level keeps you upright. Eyes looking down at the floor, your body will just very tiny movement, but your body will start to sink downward. Hands stay on both hips. Squeeze the elbows in behind you. Feel that left leg start to squeeze in towards your left lower belly. And then lighten it all up with a smile on your face. Like lower body is very serious. Upper body says, oh my gosh, I can't be that rigid. Let the lower body be rigid and let the upper body start to find suppleness. Use your inhale to expand your ribs out to the side walls. Good, really good. In, and if you like, bring your hand to that left knee or shin or thigh, roll open. You can keep the right hand on the right hip. Lift your spine up, Jim. Squeeze your bottom leg straight if you can. Nice, that's it. Come back to center, nice, Mary. Inhale the arms straight up. Let that leg be pressed straight out in front of you. Pull the toes back on the upper foot, Kendra. Push out through the ball and heel. Feel inner thighs hug toward one another. And then swing that leg back. Arms can go back, but turn the palms down. Now, pull your chest up, guys, like 2 more inches. Nice, nice, Kendra. Nice, Mary. Hug the shoulder blades together. And with the shoulder blades hugged together, squeeze the arms toward the sides of your body. Take in a breath. Bring your hands to your heart. Keep your focus. And exhale all the way up to stand. And as you stand, shoulders back. Good. And then inhale, arms go all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees a lot. Inhale, halfway up. Shoulders, move them back. Move to plank position. Thank you, Mike. Low push-up. Chest moves through the arms. That's it, that's it. Up dog. With an expanded inhale for the lungs. You'll breathe a lot easier the rest of today because of it. Down dog. See, what you're doing in this practice is going to pay off for the rest of today and into tomorrow. Grounding the breath into the body makes you feel more grounded, therefore more present organically. Walk up, feet to your hands. Halfway. Fluid forward fold. That just means let the breath move through all the way up. Palms to the heart. Tree. Eyes are eye level. Belly says, hey, I'm going to get activated here. Lower body says, I'm plugged in. Upper body says, where can I relax? Let my shoulders soften. Let my front ribs soften just a tiny bit toward my belly button. Open the arms nice and wide. Lift your chin up. Feel your chest stretching up through your shoulders and then your eyes up. But you're breathing. Fluid breathing keeps your mind super focused, so then there's more balance. Bring your hands to your heart. Bring your foot to the floor. Tree on the other side. Shake it out in between if you like. Soft eyes, strong bottom leg. You need your roots. We lift off even higher. We elongate even more from a place of deeply being rooted. There's a deep strength when you're deeply rooted. And you start to cultivate that on the mat. And then you're deeply rooted in your life. You don't need life to go your way. You learned how to bend. Through the practice, you become more open-minded over time. Perhaps you become open-minded. Perhaps you've always been open-minded. Perhaps what you needed was to set boundaries. See, yoga works on you as you come to class and do the work. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release the foot to the floor. Sweep up. Out breath, the right arm comes down. Left arm stays up. Feel the exhale softening your shoulders down from your ears. Feel the crown of your head get longer toward the ceiling, while the feet and legs root further through the floor. Release the arm, left arm down. In breath, right arm up. Close your eyes. Use your inhale to bring your focus to your right side of your body. The longer you breathe in, the longer the right side gets longer. The less you breathe in, there's a lot of space. The kind of expanded space can't really be created, cultivated. So everything is breathing. Release the arm on the out breath. Inhale, left arm up. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right arm sweeps back. Bend your right knee. Catch hold of the inside of your right leg or right foot, maybe the ankle. Stand nice and tall on your bottom leg. Eyes eye level. Breath relaxed, jaw relaxed, and the breath relaxes. Breathe in, you'll get long. Out breath, chest presses toward the front of the room. Upper leg is going to gently be drawn back. You want to feel a stretch through the right shoulder, perhaps, the right pectoral muscle. And if you open up a space where there wasn't space, magically you're left with breathing room right off the bat. Release. Switch sides. Exhale, left arm back. Catch hold. Eyes eye level. Bottom leg active. Press the chest forward as you hear the breath leave. Kick the upper leg away into the upper hand. Eyes eye level so your chest stays lifted. When your chest starts sinking toward the floor, you'll struggle to be in the pose. You'll struggle to maintain the balance. Kick the upper leg a little more away from you if possible. And then release. Bend the knees, sweep the arms. Breathe it all out, forward fold. Halfway in breath. Back to plank. Rock forward, long exhalation. Elbows hug to the sides, lower. Big inhale, up facing. Big, easy breath out like it's the most natural thing to do. Right foot stepping forward. Warrior one. Inhale up like it's the most natural thing to come up. Exhale, warrior two. Front knee pressing to the baby toe edge. Front heel rooting. Back heel rooting. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Reach up a little more, bend back. From that space, the upper arm lengthens as far away from the right hip point as possible. Triangle. And if I were all of you, I'd open your back foot out a little more toward the back edge of your mat. So you've created space. And then lengthen out. Upper arm high. in triangle. So here. Now all the time there's a tendency to look toward the upper body, but I want you to find your footing again. Push into the floor. Feel your tailbone lengthen toward your back heel. Pull your right hip in toward the middle of your mat, and then press your bottom shoulder rather, to the wall behind it. Let your upper arm, shoulder softening down. Get a little more space, Kendra, between the upper shoulder line and the earlobe. Oh! Oh! I get really excited when I see you guys, like, it gets me pumped up because I feel the light come on inside you guys. I feel it when breath comes into your body. I know that the exhales are helping you let go of the luggage of the week or luggage of the winter. Just breathe. Just breathe. Be in a space where you're not thinking, when am I out of this pose? Because before you know it, your life will be over. Because if you live that way on the mat, you live that way in life. When am I done with this? You'll miss something. If you're in this pose like it's a have to, well, that'll kill it. There's so many things I've loved that I decide to make them a responsible thing. It'll kill it so quick. The more you breathe, though, the more you are ignited into enjoyment of the practice. And that's really all I hope to leave you with. Some stretch, some movement, some connection to yourself with joy. And then take that into your family, take that into your workplace, take that into the grocery store. Bottom of your feet press down, upper arm pulls you to stand. Turn the 10 toes to face here. And press the hips forward, thighs pressing. And an out breath softens you into the forward fold. Decide if your hands are coming shoulder width apart on the floor, perhaps on your fingertips. Perhaps you're grabbing the big toes or the outer legs. Be in your pose. Be in your pose, but be in your pose with joy. If you're uncomfortable, if the hamstrings are uncomfortable, that's a valid thing. So don't suffer like you're too smart to keep suffering. Work with your body. If you need to bend the knees, if you need to come out of the pose altogether, whatever. You learn how to listen. You learn how to listen inward. So we have to bring you through all these poses up to now. So you can turn inside where all the wisdom is and the magic is within you. Otherwise, it's just a really blah, Groundhog Day, forward fold. So forgetting when am I coming out of the pose, keep breathing, but don't rush the breath. That creates dizziness, lightheadedness, or panic feeling. There's no need. Soften through those exhales, slow and long. All is well. Bring your hands to your hips. Root down into the feet. Feel yourself come up, feel your tailbone lengthen. Out breath. Ooh. Turn your right foot to face the front wall. Step your back foot right up so the hips are square. In breath, left arm. Right hand pulls the right hip back. I want both thighs not just firming, but the inner thighs starting to hug toward a midline. Then from there, expand out, extend out. Hug that shoulder back in, and then twisting triangle. Bottom hand comes to the front thigh. Lung get lifted, bottom lung lifts up. Nice. Upper arm can go to the ceiling, or you keep the upper hand on the hip. Keep thinking about squeezing the inner thighs toward each other and the spine getting long. Release out and pose. Bring your hands to the floor. High plank. Lower. Upward. Downward facing. Left foot, warrior one. Right into it. Reach all the way up. Exhale, right into warrior two. Please take your arms lower and feel how that relaxes your chest, because it releases some of the excess work of the shoulders being so engaged. Back fingertips to the back thigh. Long breath in, takes your arms straight up. Straighten your right leg or left leg. Long exhale moves you forward with the upper arm extending. Triangle. Bottom hand to the front leg. Bottom lung says, let me lift up away from the ground. Breathe. Get aware, get awake to your shoulders, how you feel in the pose. Wherever you're stuck, that's where you exhale. Breathe in. Press your feet down and bring yourself right up. All 10 toes, face this wall. Hands to the hips, thigh squeeze. Lower body, powerful, powerfully rooted. Upper body lifting up. Out breath, folding. Tailbone to the back wall. Head drops. Grab the feet. Grab the outer legs. Bend your knees a little bit. Feel your hamstrings then. Start to lift up, up, up and away from the ground. And these are all very subtle movements. You don't want to move in a way that puts the panic button back into the nervous system. Nice and easy. In the pose, breathe nice and easy. No need to overfill the breath. Just let yourself drop in to your upper chest and lungs and feel, where is there space? That's where I take in. And then I move it all through. Bring yourself to a halfway lift only. Really get conscious of your tailbone pressing to the wall behind it. Your spine wants to lengthen away from it. And the shoulders say, I'm going down toward the hips again. I'm going to create space in the neck and in the thoracic. Fold forward again. So that instruction I just gave you, if your body is able to tune into it, it'll give your mind some reprieve so it doesn't have to overthink. What am I supposed to do back there? You just be in your body and you intuitively know. You know your alignment. You feel out your body and you intuitively know how to work with it. And just the attitude of, I have all I need, can be magic itself because it's reassuring. Breathe. Bring your hands to your hips. Get all your air out first. Draw the belly and rise up. Tailbone dropping down automatically. Pause. Turn your left foot to face forward. Back foot steps up. So all you're doing is squaring up the hips. And then you're very conscious of the inner thighs starting to squeeze this midline, imaginary midline. And then arm reaching. But from really strong roots, then the spine says, I'm going to move away. And then you take it right into twisting triangle, but on the out breath. Bottom hand can rest on your front leg. Beautiful to keep pulling the spine away from the hips. Send your hips, send the back of your thighs toward the back wall. Open up on the out breath. Bottom lung rolling open on another out breath. Release. Hands to the floor. High plank. Lower down. Upward. Downward. Bend one knee and then the other. And just walk it out. Walk it out like you want to be doing what you're doing. A want to do what we do brings a different quality to it automatically. Like the guy who brews beer, he wants to be here. This is what he wanted to give to the community. He took his wife's Irish roots. And then there was passion, the two of that aligned, but it was a want to be there. I feel like if you don't want to be somewhere, it's the quickest way to feeling just so blah or sick, tired. Bring your knees to the floor in child's pose in a way that you want to be in child's pose. One of the things I've learned through many downward dogs is when I don't breathe, the practice can feel really difficult for one, and two, a lot of resistance to want to move in my own body. But if I find breath, I want to be there. If I find ease in my breathing, I love the way that the movement and the fluidity to it, it kind of finds me. And what I figured out was I wanted to share this practice with people because otherwise my personal world felt like the same old, or a Groundhog Day. Life's not supposed to be that. And I found that every day I practiced, it was like I got out of bed with anticipation, not in a frantic, what's the day going to bring, but what could I bring to the day? And I started thinking, maybe if what I think I'm not getting back, maybe that's also on me, because I'm not really bringing anything to it. But when you feel enlivened in your body, you really want to connect to the creativity of your own contribution. Perhaps you can take an area of your life that feels really challenging, and rather than being frightened by it, be inspired by it. Bring the want to, not just into your downward dogs, but back out into your day-to-day. And that's transformational practice through and through. And as you learn how to listen to your body on the mat, you start really showing it a greater respect. Respect for your own body's information, your body's intuition. And then you may have more of that connection inwardly as you live your life. Breath in. Mouth wide. Sound moves. Bring yourself right onto your belly. Bring yourself right onto your belly. And onto your belly, bend your knees. Feet are flexed. We just windshield wipe. Let your arms rest to your sides or stack your arms on top of one another out in front of you. Find your pose. Not what it brings to you, but what you can bring to it. And what you can bring to it is breathing with ease. And release your legs to the floor. Slide your palms back alongside your rib cage. Bend the elbows. So bring the hands back, Kendra. Yep. And just slide the wrists back a little more. Yeah. And then take your breath out. And you're only lifting, but you're breathing in first. And your inhale lifts you just a little bit off the floor. Yep, and right there, that's all you need to do. Bring yourself up a little more, Jim, so the shoulders are in line. And then tuck your chin in, everybody, so your neck can relax a little bit. And it's as if you're pulling your mat back out from underneath you with your hand. And slide your hands back a little bit. That's it. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. It's as if your chest and hips want to pull forward, and the mat just pulls right out from underneath you out. Slides right into the parking lot. And then somebody says, oh, there's yoga here? Release, exhale to the floor. Cheek to one side. Release your arms down to your sides now. Breathe in. So you feel your whole back of your body expand to the ceiling. Let it all go free. Take the breath all the way down. So there's a deep expansion, and then a deeper relaxation follows. Interlace your fingers at your low back. Take your arms straight. Bring your forehead to the floor. Clear your sound out. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and inhale up, and your chest peels up off the ground. Shoulders keep moving down from your earlobes. Chin tucks in just a little bit, so the length through the neck. Crown of the head presses out here. Exhale back to the floor. Big breath in. Out with it. Inhale back up. Your legs can come off the ground, or you can keep them where you'd like them. Feel out the pose and then do what your body tells you. Exhale down. Release your arms. Bend your knees. Relax your legs and feet side to side. Bring your legs back to center. Catch hold of the lower legs, ankles, the tops of the feet. But bring your knees in toward each other, right off. And then just think, I'm pushing my legs to the parking lot, and my chest lifts up off the ground. But my breathing in pulls me up off the ground. And my breathing out all the way with the breath softens me all the way into the floor. Like it'll just happen. Then my inhale lifts me back up. My shoulders say I'm going toward the parking lot. My breath out brings me back down. Then you release the feet. Windshield wipe again.
I just got here.
So if you want to be in the pose and you really want to be there, Mary, you stay. Very good. Well, you do. I mean, you do. It takes work to get someplace, and you're like, wow, I just got here. I just arrived. I'm not ready to go yet because I just got here. Release your feet now. Windshield wipe. Breathe in. Long out breath takes your cheek to the other side of the floor. Soften it into the ground. Slow the legs down. Windshield wipe slow and easy. Just a nice, easy release for the low back and the hips. It's really funny. I really learned to be a teacher of breath because I wasn't breathing for so long. So when I wasn't breathing, the class felt like it was 5 hours long, and it was just an absolute torture chamber in 105-degree heat, no less. And then when I started to learn how to breathe, what happened was the hands on the clock just moved. I got so into what I was doing with my entire head, heart, and just every bit of myself, time moved. Go ahead, find upward facing. In up dog, walk the hands back again. And find that action of like you're trying to pull the mat out from underneath your hands, so your shoulders move back and you feel your spine go forward. Easy does it, downward facing. Right foot steps forward. You're going to come into pigeon though. So you're going to take the right foot forward. You're going to take that right leg down. And if you decide you need pigeon on your back, absolutely. You got to give yourself what you need. But otherwise, the back leg goes straight back behind you. Try to have your toes pointing toward the parking lot, straight back, kind of like 12 o'clock. Oftentimes my back foot curled in for years. I never even noticed. But when I learned how to turn my back toes straight back behind me, it created some opening in my hip I couldn't access for years. Now bring your attention to your upper foot. You don't want the upper foot to go slack. You want to flex the upper foot as much as you can. And it's as if the upper foot's pressing toward this wall on the left side of the room. Your right hip peels back. Nice, Kendra. Your exhale, soften you to the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep remembering your exhalings. Remind you, you're not in prison. When we feel that we're in a really rigid area, immediately we tense up the breath. You want to keep the breath moving out, moving through. So there can be an expansive quality to your inhales. So the lungs expand, the side ribs expand to the side walls. But the more you let that breath go, expansion turns into an ah at the tail end of that exhalation. You learn how to come to the practice and breathe and bring what you can, give what you can to yourself, to your body that day. Your body will meet you there and give you back so much more. But if you can access the internal ah, not just in the poses that are easy, by the way, not just in the ones that feel like dessert. But when you can find the ah in the anchovies, or whatever thing you wouldn't really relish, you know you've had a breakthrough. Because it's shifting you away from reaction, always waiting for an offense, things like that. But then when you can find your ah, you walk into a room and you contribute magic. When you can ease up within yourself, you're infinitely more patient. Your guard comes down in a healthy way. And it's the greatest source of power in a room because the vibration of peace and ease brings something to everybody, even if they don't do yoga. Your ability to be focused and really present could save a life just because you were paying attention. Your ability to trust your intuition could save a life. Breathe in. Breathe it out. Uncurl bring your back toes to the mat. You're on the ball of your back foot. And curl yourself up out of the pose gently. So you can get your palms directly rooted under your shoulders. Press down through both palms and the ball of the back foot. Root down through those places, and from there the upper leg comes up and lifts up in the air. Bend the knee, roll open, or stay on one knee and roll the upper leg open. Like, give your body what it needs. Like, have it your way, BK. Like, make that your slogan for your body. That might mean doing a lot more. That might mean backing off. You gotta know, and only you can know. Roll your hip down, foot to the floor. Pigeon, left leg, sweep it up first. Just to get a little space. Lengthen the leg out of the hip just a little bit. Swing it forward. Pigeon on the other side. The knee comes down. The thigh and hip soften. The left hip needs to peel back so it is more in alignment with the right. You could even bring your attention to your inner thighs and feel like your inner thighs start pressing toward midline again. And then just let everything go. And if it's not comfortable, feel free to take it on your back. Be with your breathing. If you're in the now, you'll know where you're going next. By being connected to your body will give you messages. Right now the message is breathe in. And the exhale says, I know. And the inhale says, I'm next. And the out breath says, move that through. Breathe with your out breath really fully. With your focus. Channel your focus into the exhales. Take them as long as they'll go. You'll feel freer inside yourself, and from that place, life itself feels more spacious. Every exhalation, you're just cleaning house. And from that place, clarity comes in, oxygen comes in. Enthusiasm has a chance to be revived. If it was a long week, things like that. But clarity comes in. In breath. Out. In. Out. Love the simplicity. In. Out. In. Out. Bring your palms flat, curl the back toes under. Feel your chest peel up away from the floor. Get really rooted through the arms. Palms drive down. Push off to lift up. Press down to lift up and lift off. Bring the upper leg high. Bend the upper knee, roll open. Feel the upper hip roll down to meet the right hip. Roll the upper hip down. Bring your foot to the ground. Make your way onto your butt, legs out in front of you. As you get there, take the arms straight up. Push your palms like you're pushing them into the ceiling. Root your seat into the floor, legs straighten. And you can keep a little bend in the knees, but otherwise legs out in front of you. Use your exhalation to pour your upper body over your front thighs. Allow the head to tuck in. And just grab what's comfortable. Feel that out to know. Breathing in and out. As you release physical tension, you bring the breath closer into the body, really close to home. But as you keep breathing out, you release tension, and it allows you organically to start finding new space that you couldn't access before. It's crazy. You activate the right amount of spaciousness, and then the togetherness just really kind of comes together by itself. Mind and body come together. Every time you stretch, you create space in the rib cage, between the ribs. You take the upper body, you fold it forward, you create space for the spine to just move out of the hips. It's amazing. It's magical what a little stretch and space can do to bring a heartier breath in that we feel genuinely connected to. Breath in. Use your exhalation to come up nice and slow. Inhale. Use your exhalation to make your way out onto your back. Let your legs stretch out in front of you. Let your arms stretch out behind you. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, please. And then take your arms to your sides. If you feel you need a little extra final pose, you could take a wringing out of right leg, twisting. Otherwise, just drop in. You're in the same body you arrived in. But if you feel it, if you feel your breath moving through you organically, then you are walking out brand new in the same old body. But from that place of new or revival, you can go out into your life and create a revolution just by being you. hands into your chest. Nice and easy. Bend your knees. Bring your feet up and off the floor. And the knees and thighs just organically draw inward towards your heart. Your arms wrap around your shins, your knees. You just cradle yourself gently side to side. And then all the way over to the right. Make a pillow for the bottom side of your head with your arms. We do the work for sure in this practice. To pull the breath into the lungs is work. To take our body in all directions. There's some work to be done. We take action. But after the work, there's relaxation. There's a reward. And my hope is that you bring a relaxed quality to any work you bring. And take on yourself today. Can you take this restorative energy, this deeply grounded, peaceful place you've accessed within yourself? So when we shift out of tension, fatigue, all that, we do shift into relaxing more. And so everything that we may have to do the rest of the day, I really feel like no big deal. You know, and if you're not making a big deal about something, then it's just, you know, the task will get done. But to just have that quality of ease about it takes the have to out of it. Press your palms to the floor. Bring yourself on up to seated. Inhale and reach for anything you may need from a place that knows better and knows you. And bring it right down, right into your heart. So you bring a little magic in your own way into humanity the rest of today. Namaste. Oh, did you say great?
Yeah.
That was great?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. What made it great for you?
Being back.
Being back.
With you.
It's what?
And you guys.
Yeah.
I've been doing the videos, the audios.
Yeah.
And I love it when you say, nice, Mary.
And I did that today. Yeah. 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 It's really important to me to offer something that we find it because we're seeking fitness, we're seeking wellness, we're seeking whatever as a gateway, but it's really so important to me that everybody feels really seen by me. So when I'm playing around with your shoulder and I keep poking you to pull a hip back and this and that, that's not anything but I see you, and I want you to really get all that you can get out of a pose, and you thread all the poses together, and then you have this yoga experience that's not just seen by me, but I see you in a way that I can work with your body as it's showing itself to me, and I can take it really in an easy way, in a gentle way, to go a little beyond. And it allows, hopefully it allows you to feel like you got your yoga the way you needed it today, and you, Jim, got your yoga the way you needed it today, and you, Kendra, came for something that you got today that was absolutely so nowhere near what you got Wednesday, because Wednesday was a few days ago, and that's not what was needed today. What was needed was, what do you need today? Mm-hmm. My job as a teacher is, I have a strong meditation practice, and I do my own practice so I can stay connected to my hamstrings, so I can feel for how miserably tight yours can be, or I can feel these tweaks, and I feel like, wow, pressing my bottom shoulder this way created all this lung space, and so I kind of really study these things, with a really serious eye in my own body, so then I can really spot, like, oh, but I know that stuck place, or I know that place you struggle, but here I found a ticket to freedom. Mm-hmm. So I offer that, and so hopefully your body receives exactly what it needed.
Well, it's distracting to be wondering if you're doing it right. So it's nice to have that.
That I'm always on you?
Yeah, no,
yeah.
Like you're saying, yeah, that looks good, or do this, or, tweak it.
Yeah.
Because then the next time you can go out and you know what you're looking for. I'm looking for my middle finger.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah, like I give knowledge to you so that you have it for you.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. Awesome, Mary. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
How did you feel, Jim?
Very good. Struggling with so many health issues. It's just nice to close.
So how did it feel to be in your body again with the struggles you've been having with your body?
Like you're alive. It's more like it's real. More like I'm breaking out.
Yeah. So you feel pretty good as far as like joint wise and stuff, and awesome. That's great. It was really interesting because if I can get you guys to breathe, there's so much activity going on outside here, and I didn't know, like I knew of it, but I wasn't out there. I was so in here, and so it's really funny that there's this whole world going on out there, but I was so immersed in this one so that you guys might want to be, instead of you being in down dog going, what's out there? Where's she going? And then like, oh geez, I have to go to the grocery store. And then next thing you know, that stream of thoughts, starts going. But it was really awesome just to kind of really kind of experience that again. How was your practice?
It was good. I was worried about my neck, having just had that cortisone shot.
Oh, right, yeah.
But so anytime you were like, drop your shoulders. It was, for me, it was like, trust your back. Just trust your back, trust your spine.
Yeah.
Like that one where you were like, drop your shoulder and open it up.
Yeah.
I could just feel everything opening up.
Awesome.
And I was just like, okay, my back is okay. So, all right, so this one triggered a little tingling. That's okay. But if I drop my shoulder, then that's okay too. And just breathe into it and just trust my spine.
Yeah.
So it was very cool.
I think
I wasn't expecting to be nervous about my spine at all until I started practicing, and then I was just like, and then it went away.
That's great.
The trust came back.
That's great, because if you stay with your breath, then you can really be in tune to how you need to move and how you don't need to move. Mm-hmm. And if you listen to that, your body will feel listened to, and then you're safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if your head just started to grip up with the fear,
right,
your body would follow.
Yeah, absolutely. The first, high to low planks, I was, and up dogs, I was like, all right, is so I was like not trusting. So, but as soon as I got comfortable with it, then I was like, oh yeah, I can do this. And my upper body is strong enough to do this, and everything's gonna be okay. And then my postures got stronger and more confident.
Yeah, yeah. It was really interesting too. I love seeing, like, if I would tweak something with you and I would see something happen, like, it's so amazing. And so I would recognize, and I recognized it with you as well. Of course, I recognized it with you too. Like, there was this kind of compression for you standing upright. And when I said, pull that spine up, Jim, you're just, whoop. And it's like it got done for you. And then when I would say, hug your inner thighs to this imaginary midline. Really, could you feel how you got really powerful in your legs? And from that place, your spine could really lengthen forward, because you need power in the legs for the spine to say, I'm going to go a little more, or I'm going to, take this a little further. So I just love seeing the tweaks just bring this aliveness to your practice, not just more alignment, but I also could feel that you guys could connect to those tiny pieces, and they are very subtle, so it's so easy to miss if you're in your head. But if I can get you in your inner thighs, like, who thinks about their inner thighs?
Never.
Who thinks about their lower body being really strong so their upper body can just chill out a little bit and the shoulders can drop, things like that.
Right.
So that was really awesome. But I'm grateful for all the intensity and kind of train wrecks on every level that I've gone through this past year, because you know what it's given back to me? It's given me back this, whatever, I'm just going to relax with this. And I feel like that's something really powerful that I can offer you guys as a teacher. To balance out some of the intensity, whether it's internal or whether it's life itself, with the approach of, I'm just going to relax with this. Like, nobody does that.
Right.
We have a really intense, crazy, catastrophic experience, and we grip. That's what I've always done. And so this actually pulled me down to my knees in such a way where I just completely gave in as a strength. I gave up. I gave up trying. I gave up trying to make things happen. I gave up my agenda. I gave up my plan. I gave up everything. And I just went back into taking care of myself in such a deep way, even more than usual. And it allowed me an intuition to know what needed to fall away and where my attention needed to be. It also allowed me to know, like, I don't have to take it all on. Like, I don't have to take it all on at once. And so I feel like my intention as a teacher has shifted, because it is still very dynamic and intense. But I'm more interested in the bigger deal being, can you relax? Can you just breathe and just relax, and the pose will really work itself out. That's really kind of an internal surrender. And so I'd rather you guys take the approach of, that nothing's really that big a deal on the mat. Like, it is just yoga. Like, and because I recognize a very serious face out there when I'm teaching, because I know that seriousness of myself. And you know what happened? It wore me out. You can't sustain it. And it'll age you, and it could kill you. And, and it's so, I think my ticket to freedom was to just say, screw it. In a way that allowed me to care more about what's more important. And so everything about my life has been focused on balance and relaxing. And if I found that if I relax, that everything will fall into place for me, that's kind of a magical thing. That's, it makes for a nice bumper sticker, but I'm learning how to really live that. And so that's really my attitude, like to your friend who's like, I really want to come, but I'm really self-conscious about, you know, our little yoga den here,
Yeah.
just because she doesn't know, and she, you know, but like to be able to just walk in and be like, screw it, whatever happens, like that can just be a game changer,
Yeah. Exactly.
and to not feel like it all has to happen at once is a game changer.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. So, and she can